Anyway, good morning. Wagwan.
Leaky nappy keep you up last night. If you stop the leaks, you stop the yawns. Canvas Pants tsunami-proof system with new 2 times wider leg cuffs and a pocket to help stop leaks, so everyone can sleep better and wake up ready to go. Canvas.
For John's raincoat, I trust the experts. That's pro plan.
Yesterday, my dear, that kiss that lasted too long, and we probably shouldn't have lasted. No, 4-9. Oh, da, 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 da. Daniel Kinahan, what, is in court as we speak. Yeah. I'll give him a year in jail and he'll be murdered. He knows too much. He's an OCG leader, allegedly. You know, I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's nicked. You know why? Because he murdered a few of my mates, allegedly. That's why. Him and his organisation allegedly are responsible for a lot of heinous things, you know. But anyway, it's only a matter of time before his rap brother is caught. And his daddy. The Mac daddy. Daniel Kinahan's Mac is the daddy. Christy Kinahan's the daddy. You know what I mean? But I grew up with people like that. I have family in Germany. I have friends in Crumlin. It's a nice day out today. How's everybody doing? Shout out to Brazil. No. I'm a fuck. I'm like a vagina, bro. I'm soft and wet and deep. Not anymore, bro. It's a lovely day in Manchester. I'll tell you what, the stomach is at me today, mate. Anyway, what's good? I might go fishing. I'll see. Oh, man, me fucking stomach, bro. So how's everybody doing? Shout out to all the channels. Here's the thing, smoke some cigarettes, sunny day, birds singing, what a life. I'd love you to have the dreams and nightmares that I have, and you wouldn't say that. You know, dead people come visit me at night to remind me, you know, the lads that went before me. You know, we'll all join up one day in heaven. You know, I'll be able to have a game of Dawn forever. I'll be able to play Dawn forever when I go to heaven. The English lads can't play, you see. You know, I miss a game of Dawn, you know what I mean? If I could have any partner in the world to play Dawn with, it'd be Pat Maguire. Like, I'd play with him against two other people because he's very good at reading cards. You know what I mean? You have to be able to read the cards and know what's gone and know what's not gone. It's a great game. It's a man's game. Prison, that's where I learned to play it properly. It's a prison game. But all the lads, all the youngsters on the corner, like, we'd be sitting on the corner and we'd have a couple of decks of cards and we'd be all just sitting there playing Dawn, you know what I mean? Oh. I grew up at Don's, bro. Good lads, you know what I mean? It's like, what happens is, when you're young, you get roped into it because you want to be one of the lads. Sometimes you have to do things, you know what I mean, that can get you, never mind get you in trouble, get your parents in trouble. You know, there's a lot of teenagers out there that are under a lot of pressure, peer pressure, to mind stuff, and all these cunts that want you to mind the stuff for them. I don't mind nothing for them because they'll all fuck you in the end. Trust me, I'm 52 in 2 weeks. I know about betrayal, you know. Where I'm from, see, the difference between England and Ireland is if you insult somebody's family, they'll come to your house, and when you open the door, they'll shoot you. Now you're not, now say what you are saying. You're bleeding, now I'll give you about 4 minutes and you're going to bleed out. You better get a tourniquet on that. It's different in England and Ireland, you know what I mean? I think I've changed so much over the years. I've had to, you know what I mean? Because it's like your temper can get you into trouble. It can get you sent away from your family for a long time, you know? Now, I'm stupid. I don't give a fuck. If you call my family names, I'll take a charge. You know, it's nothing to me. I'll take a charge, you know? And there's a couple of people that I want to go back to jail, but believe me, that's the best place for rats, I think. One thing that's never left me is me code. Especially if you're a friend, like, you know, or somebody that I respect. Trust goes a long way, you see. It's earned, not given. You know, it's earned. I earned mine. Wagwan, what's good, mate, then? Are you good, done? My G. My G. Shout out to England. So do I. 32, 31 and a half, say. Tell you what, God has blessed us with a day today. You know. Did you hear that? Can you hear that? Peace and quiet. Islam. Islam will submit Ian Gary in the first round. Ian Gary is not at the level that Islam is at. Now, Ian Gary is from Ireland. You know. Now, people say, Jude, why won't you back your own people? Listen to me, yeah? I love the sport. When it comes to kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai, myself, my brother, we've been involved in it over the years. And it's like you don't forget to ride a bike. You don't forget to fly a kite. Do you understand? And you don't forget a perfect moonlight, as they say. How are you, Finn? If you're not up there, Finn's channel, can you do it, guys? If you're not up the top G, can you do it? Hey. Who else is in there? Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at the chat. 1 second. Wagwan. Maidan. Hey, have you been watching the news? Daniel Kinahan, right now, is in the criminal court. Yeah. Hey, enjoy your stay, mate, at Portlaoise. Hey, someone will get to you. You know, you're not a criminal, are you? Morning, Julie. And guys, if you're not sub to Julie Pretty's channel, can you do it? Thanks. I appreciate people that share my channel, so it's a noble thing to do, you know. So there's only one thing that you can repay nobility with, and that's with nobility, you know. Shout out to Luke Trenchinair and Era, and shout out to Eternal Gale. If you're not sub to their channel, can you do it? If you're not sub to Finn or Top G, Wagwan. Are you good? You good, done? Calm. You get me? Calm. Down. Hey. Shout out to the Scousers. Calm, yeah? C-A-L-L-M-A. Calm down, la. Up the ra. Hey, may I tell you something? Listen. Daniel Kinahan won't have that much power. He'll have power in Portlaoise, but he won't hold the key, you know. I have a few friends in Portlaoise, allegedly, that are doing life sentences. I have a second cousin who's a good friend of a person who's been in the news recently. You know, I've no time for any of them. You know what I mean? He allegedly, his right-hand man killed one of my mates, allegedly. You know, Dottie Douglas here. Like I said, see him, he'll be caught. He'll be caught in the showers. He'll be caught lacking one day. He'll think that he's untouchable. And then he's going to be on the ground leaking. You know, mate, you better get a tourniquet on that real quick, because by the time the medic gets to you, mate, you're dead. You know, because if someone stabs you in a certain place, you're not going to have time to put a tourniquet on it, are you? You know, but I'll tell you now, yeah, he'll be killed in jail. You know, like I said, he knows too much. You know, he'll be killed. He's a he's a HVT. That's what we call them, high value targets in prison. You know, you'd be very lucky to get near him. He'll be away from everybody, you know what I mean? This afternoon, I'll tell you what'll happen. He's going to go back to prison in Portlaoise, and Shane McGovern's going to be welcoming him. You know, him and Shane McGovern are good mates. You know what I mean? So it's like he'll have a cushy in there. Don't get me wrong, but loads of people will come for him. You know, he's a high value target. You know, your biggest payday. Like if you take out a Don, do you understand? Everybody will know your name. You get me? So everybody wants to take a chance and take a risk to be the man. Do you understand? And if you knock off a Don, you understand. It's like you have to understand the way prison is. But wait, Mayor, Portlaoise is very like Wakefield. It's a Cat A jail. You know what I mean? It's the highest security prison in Ireland. You know, it used to house top military, paramilitary. You get me? Like I mean, shot callers, proper shot callers. Never mind dons here. I'd be more concerned about the Ra. You know what I mean? In jail. Listen, they fucked the Ra over a few times. Listen, they don't forget. And the one thing they have now is time. They have time. You know. No, of course I don't. Well, how about this, right? For being disrespectful, yeah? 1 second, hang on. Shout out to Blanche, just as well you said that. Come here. Bro, can I ask you a question if you're from Blanche? How old are you? Do you know where Ladies Well is? Is it Tyrrellstown Ladies Well? I knew a couple of lads up there you might know. I knew a few lads in Blanche. I knew Christian Coates, Shane Coates. You're 42. Well, bro, you'd know them lads. You'd know Christian Coates and you'd know Shane. It ended up bad for them. Long story short, right? You know well. Do you know a lad named Charlie Malone? He used to have a brother called Lar. And Lar died. And the daddy is called Lar as well. Tell me you know him, bro. No way, man. How mad is that? You know what, bro? I'll be honest with you. You see them? They were a problem. You know that? They were a serious problem. And you know what happened to them, don't you, in Spain? You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying about Spain. I've loads of family over there. I've loads of friends over there that live there. That have businesses over there and nightclubs, etc. And fucking... You know, it's dangerous over there. You have to pay your way. You have to pay rent when you're in Spain. Know that. Yeah, and you probably be paying it to an Irishman, not a Spaniard. Bro, they were putting concrete. They were shot and putting concrete, I think. You know, they don't fuck about, bro. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you, bro, yeah? I didn't know them well. But what I heard about them, bro, they didn't give a fuck. Like, they were the real deal. You know, who do you reckon, bro, was the worst? Who do you reckon was the toughest out of the two brothers? Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but fuck him. I don't care about him. Fuck him. And fuck his daddy and his brother. You know what I mean? I lost friends because of him, allegedly, so fuck him. I'm from Cherry Orchard. Why would they be worried about him? You understand? Like, allegedly, a lot of lads I grew up with don't get on with them. You know. I'll be honest with you, like, that kind of life is very fucking dangerous, you know. Like, it's one thing being a gangster, but when you're part of an OCG, you understand, like, you have a green light. You have a pass in the city when you're affiliated to a cartel. Do you understand? I understand that world. I come from that world. You understand? I was getting moulded towards that life at 15. One of my best mates, Neil Douglas from Cherry Orchard, his uncle Davey, Dottie Douglas, was assassinated in front of his daughter, in front of my niece. I call her my niece because he was like family to me. He's my best mate's uncle, and allegedly them bastards were responsible for his death. You know, and that shit hurts, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you live by the sword, you die by it. You know, Dottie knew the life, and he was warned. The police warned him. You know, if you've got a hit on your right, the police have a duty of care to you to come out and tell you there's a significant risk to your life. You know, they told Dottie to go away for a few months, and you know what he told him? Thanks for coming in, bro. You know, I thought you were giving me stick. I was about to delete. I was about to fuck you out. But thanks for coming in. Bro, you must know Charlie Malone from Ladies Well. You know, everybody knew him. Like like I said, I have friends in Blanche, in Ladies Well, Tyrrellstown. I'm just making me brother a cup of tea. But thanks for coming in, bud. Listen, I grew up with lads. Yeah, I grew up with lads allegedly. Listen, they were their enemies. Do you understand? So why would I say anything nice about him when they were my enemies when I was younger? You know, like, now these geezers are what you call tough guys, real tough guys. Leaders of OCGs, organised criminal groups, that turned into a cartel, you know. And like I said, listen to me, yeah? There's levels between street gangsters and cartel affiliates. You know, the difference between gangsters and people like that is they can put £200 on your head, 200 quid on your head. You understand? Very dangerous fucking world, like, you know. I'm glad I walked away, you know. How are you, Kudu? How's it going, lad? I've not seen you for a long time. Hey. Guys, give me a sec. I'm just bringing my brother up a cup of tea. Give me a second. I'm going, guys. Give me a sec. She knows. I know. Where have I left mine? Where's my tea gone? Where's my fucking tea gone? I'm stupid, me. Right, guys, come here, listen to me, yeah? How you could have been keeping the head down, bro? Well, that's all you can do, mate. Come here. Right, here. I want to know your opinions on UFC 339, is it? Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry. Who's going to win, and tell me how, and I'll tell you how they're going to win. Islam Makhachev is going to submit Ian Garry in the first round. Islam Makhachev is from Dagestan. He's a high-level wrestler when it comes to judo, kickboxing, Thai boxing, boxing, submissions. You know them Dagestanis are next level. Listen to me, yeah? It's the same with Khabib. You know, I'll be honest with you. People say to me, Jude, why aren't you supporting Conor and shit? He's Irish. Listen, that's nothing to do with it. He insulted a man. I have family that are Muslim, yeah? You insult a man's family, his father, his wife, his village, his country. You know what I mean? And then attack a bus with loads of fighters on it, like a fucking coward, full of coke. You know what I mean? Fuck that, bro. Nah. I like to see Conor nowadays because he's learned from it. You know what I mean? I love Conor McGregor. It's just when he start going around hitting people and stamping on fans' phones, I was like, that's not on. You cannot do that when you're a professional. You're a professional 24/7. But if you've got 200 million in the bank, you're going to be like, here, I want the liquid cocaine. That's what, do you understand? High grade liquid cocaine, never mind powder cocaine. You want the liquid. Ian Garry is going to win via submission. Could you listen to me? We're gonna clash on this one, brother. Right? I think Islam is gonna win by submission. I don't think Ian Garry is at the same level as Islam. Islam is the 2-division champion. You know, but I'm going for Islam. It wouldn't matter who he fought, whether it be Paddy Pimblett, whether it be Charles Oliveira, whether it be Michael Chandler. Where you understand, it's like oil at the party, eh? Islam is gonna win that fight. You know, Euler has superpower and he's got great hands. He's gifted. He's technically, his ability is just out there. You know, but Justin Gaethje is a savage. And Justin Gaethje hits hard. Like Khabib was asked in an interview, you are 13-0 or whatever, right? Who was the hardest person you've ever fought? Who hits the hardest? And you know what he said? He said Justin Gaethje. He's fought Conor McGregor. You think he's fought Justin Gaethje? He's fought Dustin Poirier. He's fought Conor McGregor. You know, he fought Alaquinta because Khabib was supposed to fight. Check this out, yeah? Khabib was supposed to fight Tony Ferguson, yeah? But Tony Ferguson done something to his knee. So they got a new opponent. You understand? Hang on. And the new opponent was Max Holloway. And then a day later, Max Holloway got injured. And then Alaquinta stepped in. You know what I mean? Two of them got injured on the lead up to that card. Khabib was supposed to fight Tony Ferguson. Can any of you remember that? Hey, bro, I've been a fan of the sport all my life, fighting. No matter what kind of fighting, I've been a fan of it. You know, I can fight. You know, so can my brothers. You learn things as a kid. You know, when you don't forget it. You know, if you're a jockey all your life, you don't forget it. If you're a carpenter all your life, you don't forget it. You know, if you're a bricklayer or a scaffolder or a butcher, you don't forget it. If you fought most of your life, you don't forget it. There is no way. Listen, if I'm wrong about Ian Gary, I'll apologise, but Islam will beat him. He'll submit him. That fight won't go 5 rounds. There's no way that fight will go 5 rounds. There's not a chance that fight will go 5 rounds. Me fucking stomach, bro. A Dagestani handcuff. Hang on. How are you, Blake? I didn't even see it there, mate. My bad, sorry. But listen, like I said, I love fighting. I love the sport. I don't mind, you know, smacking a couple of pads or faces. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? You don't make mistakes. You don't forget to ride a bike, you know? It's like, just because some of us don't act like we're fucking thugs or animals, you know, we're fucking men. You know, God made me. I answer to him. He's me father. You know, I answer to me father, but he's dead. So, he's me father. He made me. You know, I don't worry about shit like that. You know what I mean? God help me. Give me 2 good hands. Do you understand? And a great right foot. Spark you no problem. Hey, I should have lied from the fucking start and calling everybody out and embarrassing them and going, the old man put you to sleep. Ha! Your fucking neck done. It's like a magnet. If I get behind you and I get my arms around your neck, you're going to sleep. You know. Hey, just because I'm 51, don't let that fool you. I still have a good rodeo left of me. Here, I'm from Ballier. I grew up riding horses with no saddles, a bit of rope, stallions, like Half Moon. Darren Kershaw stallion. I'll tell you one thing, mate. I've never been that afraid of an animal in my life. Well, I have twice. A psychopath dog and a racehorse that nearly killed me. It grabbed me by its teeth and fucked me out of the garden. You've no idea how strong horses are, but in all fairness, I was only a kid, so, you know, but yeah, it tried to bite me. I was hiding in the garden. I was running at me like I was a bull wearing red. You know, I was hiding in a bush. The fucking horse stuck his head over the bush and grabbed me. Madness, that. That morning, myself and Darren, we didn't go to school, so we went up to catch a couple of the horses, you know what I mean? But one of them wasn't staked. It got off. So we had to go looking for him. And we found him. And when he seen us, he ran at us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get some horses that just... I never met a horse like that. And till this day, never. Like, this thing used to go like that. Look here. Front paw, front hoof like that. Paw, sorry, front hoof like that. Look. Just looking at you. Next of all, the thing just runs. I jump over the garden, yeah? The thing runs up, stops at the garden, leans over, grabs me by me fucking the scruff of me neck and fucks me out of the garden. Do you understand? Starts headbutting me and snotting on me. You know. And Darren jumped on his back. Like I said, you know, he was a great jockey. Like, as a kid, you don't forget things. It's like learning how to pull a wheelie on a bike when you're a kid. You don't forget. You know, I just can't afford to be pulling wheelies nowadays. I'm fucking 52 in a couple of weeks. But Islam, I reckon, is going to submit Ian Gary. You know, I have to say it. Morning, Alex. I have to say it. You know, I think he'll win. I love the sport. You know, and I love seeing men from different countries. Like Ian Gary, I'll give it to him. He's a fairy, but he's got respect. Do you understand? Any man that takes another man's name, I don't especially an Irishman. Like, well, I'm gonna call him an Irish woman. You know, and Islam's gonna make him his bitch the weekend. That's my prediction. Islam will submit Ian Gary. And when he wakes up, he'll come over and he'll shake everyone's hand. If you're a UFC fan, I want your prediction, and I'd like you to engage. You know, it's one of my favourite, like, it's a hobby of mine. You know, the best thing about fighting is boxing's always been a gentleman's sport, you know. And myself, me cousins, we all boxed in Bosco Gym when we were kids, you know. All the Stevenses. Glenn was a European champion twice. James, you know. My cousin Glenn went to America to represent Ireland and won the Golden Gloves over there. You know, here. That's a prestigious boxing award to win in your lifetime. If you're a boxer, to win the Golden Gloves in America is a dream. Me cousin did it. You know, he did it. The cousin did it, you know. The whole big brothers did it. You see who? You see me cousin there? I shout out to me uncle, yeah. Yeah, he got a medal for bravery. Shout out to her brothers that boxed for Ireland. Glenn Stevens, Paul Stevens, Michael and James. Google it if you don't believe me. You know, it's in us, you know. I boxed in that gym when I was a kid. Learned how to jab and how to, you know, how to move, how to skip. Right, guys, listen. I'm gonna stick me meditation shit on, yeah, because it helps me, you know what I mean? It's like, because I've got certain mental health labels, I do things to help myself, you know, to help me get through the day, you know. Forget about me pain, just get on with it. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, what is our prediction for UFC? Is it 339?
HBO Max on Prime Video.
You now have the power no man has ever wielded. You will have an empire for the same golden era. Look to the sky. Hold all the countries to the fire.
Yeah, here. We're not far off 5,000, guys. You know.
Welcome to Harlem's Back.
Victory lap. Come on, the Reds. Shout out to the Cortinas, one of the best bands in Manchester. No danger. And then you look at me. You must have been blind enough not to see. In his hand and his lap. Yesterday, my dear, that kiss lasted too long. Right, guys, listen to me. I'm probably gonna end me live and start it again. I'm gonna put me motivational stuff on. You know, I like listening to this, you know. I want you to listen to something, guys, right? And I'm going to share a few people's channels this morning, okay? If you don't mind. I want you to listen to something, yeah? Listen.
I don't know what to do.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you? Is this how you turn out of Hollywood Pinocchio that cries like a woman? What can I do? What can I do?
The thing is, you only got to fuck up once. Be a little slow, be a little late, just once. And how you ain't gonna never be slow, never be late? You can't plan for no shit like this, man. It's life.
Spend time with the family?
Sure I do.
Good. Because a man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.
A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, feel you better with my food, put you behind on my thing because you're my son. And because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now let's get this straight right here now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money, come pay it because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us, and liking your black ass wasn't part of the bargain. Now don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying? Then get the hell out of my face and get on down to that A and B.
Is it better to be loved or feared?
That's a good question. It's nice to be both, but it's very difficult. But if I had my choice, I would rather be feared.
I'm saying, then get the hell out of my face and get on down to that A and B.
Is it better to be loved or feared?
That's a good question. It's nice to be both, but it's very difficult. But if I had my choice, I would rather be feared. Fear lasts longer than love. Friendships that are bought with money mean nothing. You share with this right, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny. It's fear that keeps them loyal to me. But the trick is not to be hated. That's why I treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they need me. I give them just enough where they but they don't hate me.
You know, my father used to say, whatever you do, do it 100%.
When you work, work. When you laugh, laugh. When you eat like it's your last meal.
Right guys, I'm gonna end this, I'll be back in a sec.
16 now. Great day.